Good afternoon, good evening, good whatever the fuck. Hi, my name's Gravity Groove. I'm going to be bringing you Not Safe for Work Magic, Episode 2. If you wonder what that means, it means that we talk about actual stuff happening in Magic in terms of not whitewashing it. I'm not a stan. If I think something's bad, unbalanced, shitty, if I think the gameplay is degenerate, I'll say so. Because that's just how I roll, man. But also, let's try to have a little fun while getting smashed. Because, as you know, I am a budget player. And I'm trying to play with decks that aren't really decks. And currently in the format, as you may or may not have noticed, there's really just two decks. There's Mono Red and there's Teferi. Like, everything else doesn't matter. So your options are build a reactive deck that tries to manage the nightmare that is the Teferi Dream Trawler pile of fuck you that Wizards thinks is okay and fun and interactive and has been a pile of dog shit since they printed that fucking card. It's just as bad as Oko in my opinion, and you can fucking fight me. Or Mono Red, which is an aggro deck, is a combo deck, is a come aggro deck, is an aggro deck. It's fucking sturdy. It's tough to beat, and some of its draws are just patently absurd, like double night into any other spell, like a light up or a scorch into just ember on turn 3 and you're dead. Like, it has some scorching fast draws, and it's actually quite resilient. The problem is these styles of decks are very polarizing. We have one that's like absolute inevitability, right? Like you're not beating the deck once the Dream Trawlers start showing up, and oftentimes there's not a hell of a lot you can do about that because they drop Teferi and you can't even counterspell your way out of it, or you're dead on turn 3 or 4 with the Mono Red deck. So what this means is that my favorite archetype, which is mid-range, which, if for your modern players out there, Abzan, Jund, decks that have a lot of efficient, value-based cards that tend to be really competitively costed, that look to react intelligently to the board state and either progress the board state or control the board state, depending on the conditions at hand. Because these decks are so pushed out of the format because of the insane power and speed presented in these two other archetypes, they essentially don't work. No variation of them really works. So what that means is, because it's not even 3 pillars right now, it's not even rock, paper, scissors, it's just fucking scissors and rock. You just have to play a deck that either wins game 1 against aggro or wins game 1 against control. That's your goal. So because I am on a budget and have limited card stock, I've just built a few different variations of color combinations I like. Rakdos Control, meaning, we have discard, we have kill the trawler, we have kill your planeswalkers. We still keep the pressure engines of these 2 cards in, because I enjoy these 2 cards against all Teferi strategies. 4 Murderous Riders is great. Bone Crushers is great. A couple Theaters in the main, again for draw against control. Ritual of Soot, and Liliana and Chandra. So this is the sort of control slanted version of this combination. And then I have the one that's more designed to be able to beat the aggro decks early, because Lava Coils, Bedecks, Bone Crushers, and just going bigger than them. This is often quick enough and bigger enough that it can beat some of the other aggro decks in the format, and then that swaps to a little more control hate game 2. So essentially they're really the same 75 or 80, just different orientations, different orders. It's kind of similar story with my blue-black piles. This one is more set up to beat the control deck game 1. Reoccurring this has been really effective. Reoccurring this has been pretty effective. I originally had 2 discovery in here, but it just wasn't that effective. So we just have 4 surveil effects to potentially get these back. Having 10 to 12 in is great, but the card discovery just doesn't really do enough for the slot it was taken up. So I kicked it out for 2 mystical disputes in the main, which seems to be just the way the meta is going. You're running mystical dispute and friggin' Aether Gust in the main. Like, that's a healthy format, right? So before we played traditional standard, which is unranked, right? So maybe we didn't run into quite as many tryhards, quite as many of the same annoying fucking Teferi builds as we're probably going to run into today. So let's try traditional ranked standard at silver, mind you, with our budget pile, and see how badly we lose. It's probably going to be badly, I'd expect. So we're trying the control pile first, so we're hoping for a controlling style matchup. How's your Thursday going, by the way? Pretty good? Mine is yet to be determined. Threw one of these in here, and one Field of Ruin. Oh, this is probably not good. That's a red. We're probably bone crushing something here. Yeah. Damn it. Filthy mongrel. So I think we do this and we aim to Remorse and Coil or Remorse and Rixmatty next turn. So good chance he was pondering Shock there, but realized that this would just kill that. So now we're about to find out if he has the Shock. Okay. This is definitely not set up for this matchup game 1, so we kind of have to figure this stuff out here the hard way. Like, Theater is definitely a dead card for us in this matchup, right? Like, it's just not doing much work. Probably going Mobilized Bone Crusher. Rixmatty, Pitch the Mountain. Yeah, it didn't work out too well. We're just out of gas. We'll be able to activate the Mobilized, I guess, as a blocker for this. That works. Whip him. Surprised we survived this long. Cast it. Wow, if he didn't get all those light ups, I probably would have beat him. hoping to fade an Embercleave, I guess. Doesn't really change much for us here. Okay. That's fine. We just swing with everything for the life gain. We play a mountain. I think we're turning the corner here. Doesn't really matter. We do have one more Angress Rampage we could potentially get rid of this Embercleave with. We could also Soot if we really needed to, which I don't think we do. We've got 3, 4, 5. We can activate Mobilize District to block if we want. I think we do. Now you're just dead. Cool. Alright. That is not something I expected to happen game one. Wanna start? Okay. Now we get... This should be red cap melee, by the way. I totally forgot that card existed. I gotta change that. So we'll take out Big Shandi, Big Lils. I don't think those are really win conditions. I think we're just trying to stabilize the board and very slowly win with these dudes. Theater actually did quite a lot of work there. I'm quite surprised. Agonizing Remorse doesn't seem like the avenue of attack here. I'll cut a Myers for an extra one of these. Do I want to leave one of the big uns in as a finisher? I guess just making bodies is probably better than burninating. Sure. Wait, what? Oh, right. I'm running 61. As I often am. Sure. It's just a thing I've done for years. I got into my PTQs and RTQs with 61 card decks. I'm indecisive sometimes, and I just run the 61st card. It hasn't had a dramatic impact on me, other than making me seem crazy to my opponents. Kill spell, block, and potentially gain life. That's fine. You might find that red mana someday. We might just be auto dead because we're on the draw. And if they've got like the double fervent into anything, we're just smoked. Okay. We're stabilizing. I hope we hit a red soon. Starting to fill up on stuff we can't cast. It's not great. Well, looks like the Magic RNG gods have decided that we do not deserve to play Magic. Good game, deck. Good game. Yeah, my phone is really blowing up right now. That was unfortunate. The perfectly reasonable keep and a very unreasonable result. So, we're going to do this. This leaves us the potential to Lava Coil and Disfigure next turn, if we so need to. Save the Lava Coils for Torbrand and an Axe if possible. Turn off to develop our board. Hope we don't regret it too much. Oof. Well, now we really need to hit a land or we're going to be in. Never mind. We're probably just dead now. Probably just dead now. Boy. Mono red deck is grinding us out. lot more removal than I would have expected. One thing you gotta say about the War Boss, he closes quick. Wow, we beat the mono red deck with the more controlling variant, which I suppose is to be expected. Alright, good start. See how long it takes to find a fairy and have our day ruined. Predictions? Okay. I mean, if this is a control matchup, Theater on 3 seems reasonable. Drawn into an Agonizing Remorse would be sweet. So it's the Teferi deck. Remember, at the beginning of this this video, I told you guys there's two decks. There's this deck and mono red, and so far, what have we played? We've played this deck and mono red. This has been my TED Talk. So, we play Theater. It gets countered. We also just play Rick's Maddie and upcycle a card because he's obviously holding up counter magic. I mean, we have to play through it, right? This is a bad hand right now. I don't think we could win with this hand anyway. Too many blanks. It's essentially a 5-card hand. Sure. Let's try to upcycle a land. So probably result in him ignoring it and just casting Thirst. If he takes the bait, that's great. Boy. That was not the pickup we needed. We really needed Agonizing Remorse there. Yeah, so this is just going to go till he drops 6 land, plays Dreamtrawler, and we lose. As is usually the way of these things. Absorb. Isn't this great? Isn't this a lot of fun? Isn't this a really fun, fair, interesting, interactive matchup? Isn't it, though? I think it is. I think we need to stop drawing Fabled Passages. Well, at least if they cast Dreamtrawler now, I do get to Liliana them. Which is at least moderately funny. Well, that's why we play the old gal. But now you realized you fucked up, huh?
For me.
Bye bye. Of course, now what's going to happen is we're going to get Conquer's Death, and it's just going to come back. It's like every match is the same, isn't it, chat? It's like every match is exactly the same. Or I'm Psychic. One of the two, right? I think it's that every match is exactly the fucking same. Welcome to Magic 2020. There's like 4 playable cards, and that's it. Enjoy. Yeah. Get the Dream Trawler back. We have no answer. GG's. We gotta draw an Ingress Rampage. Or another Lily. Face stomp. Fuck! Why doesn't black have a sweeper right now other than Soot? Cool. Angrass up the top. Give me a couple more turns. No. And that is the format, ladies and gentlemen. Hexproof creatures, counterspells. Woo! That's the format. Isn't it great? Sorry. What else do we cut here? I guess Rix isn't doing much. Stone Crushers really don't do much here. Okay, so we have 4 Ingress Rampage, 1 Libation, 2 Lilianas, 2 or 3 Noxious. We've got some options on the Tiamats to potentially remove the problem reoccurring things from the bin. I think it's also reasonable to play Ashiok, but I'm playing the Tiamats because they block well against Timerets, because they block well against aggro. Like sometimes you can get these up to a 5 or 6 and aggro just can't punch through. Okay, so this is, we need to draw red again, which we've seen this play. If we draw red, it's pretty reasonable. If we don't, we explode and die. How about... This doesn't matter that much, does it? Why would you... Is this Shatter or Birth? Birth, right? So he's on no white mana. I'm on no red mana. Yeah, why not? I'm gonna do this now. It'll give me a chance to build up Legion War Boss in the future. Okay, so we still need to fade one more white. Don't really know why he pained that in. Unless there's an absorb here, I guess. I don't know what we're waiting for, chat. What are we waiting for? Okay. So how do you feel about these matchups? Do you enjoy facing one of two decks over and over again? Do you feel like it makes it simpler to understand the meta or understand the matchups? Does it improve your enjoyment of the format? These are the sort of questions I think are important to ask, because other than just being a money-making venture, which this obviously is for Wizards, I feel like they should at least have some responsibility to give a shit about the enjoyment of their customers. And once in a while, if you play Arena, you'll see a "Did you enjoy this match?" prompt come up after a match result. And 9 times out of 10, my answer ends up having to be no. Because this is just not fun. The roping problem is a separate problem unto itself. But having only 2 matches to play in Standard, having a free-to-play system where you're encouraged to get 15 wins a day, but when you're free-to-play you start with garbage, and other players are playing with this, which makes it just ridiculously impossible. There's a lot of things that need to be improved about the current system as it is. And those things can be improved if some care is taken. But again, this is a multinational corporation we're talking about, and how often are they known for giving a shit about what's good for the people, for the product, for the customer? What do they care about? Collector's editions, secret lairs, printing money. Yeah. They don't care about you. They care about printing money. You know what industry learned? The same thing they're going to learn soon? The fucking baseball card industry. In the 90s, baseball cards were popular, and then they started being ridiculous. Holograms, holofoils, pieces of a dude's uniform, all these variant chased fucking versions. So much so that the only things that mattered were the special super ultra rare cards. You know, the like one in a case kind of cards. So as a result, all the other cards, all the Ken Griffey Jr.'s and fucking Michael Jordans and every other goddamn sports card of the era, ended up not being worth much. Even the rookies. Because if it wasn't the super ultra rare foil fucking out of this universe bullshit fucking card made with, you know, the dude's actual blood in it, then it wasn't worth more than a penny. So what do you think's going to happen when we have collector's editions, Masters collector's editions, extra fucking aura holographic fucking fuck you versions? Like, what do you think's going to happen? The bottom's going to drop out. That's what's going to fucking happen. Because that's what always happens. Like, people can only absorb so much of this ridiculous shit before they're fucking financially and emotionally exhausted by the extortion of the whole thing. It's going to happen. Everyone's got to learn. Suppose they're going to be learning the hard way. I guess we've got our fancy remorses. So let's change that that one disfigure to a red cap melee. And boom. Red cap. Boom. And let's give ourselves the new fancy Agonizing Remorse. Right, how do we do that? We just bought it. How do we? Please. Okay. I think that's how we do it. Alright. So far we're doing alright. I mean, in the game, emotionally, emotionally you be the judge. I feel like the Azorius control deck reminds me of the Simic Flash decks. Even when you beat it, you feel you feel bad. You feel like you went through an ordeal. Like you went 10 rounds with the champ. And there's just no joy in victory or loss at that point. You just wish you were dead. Ooh, this is a keeper. We can draw out of this, right? That's pretty good. Okay, we don't know what we're playing against. So, do we keep the aggro curve or dump a land? Eh. Okay, so we grab a mountain. We're against probably Team of Reclamation, which I don't really know what our matchup is like against that deck. Oh, could be Just Guy Fires. Yeah, could be Just Guy Fires. Apparently it's just going to be, how many sweepers do you have, sir? If they have Clarion on 3, we're bone. That's not, oh, so it's Fires, right? Fires runs Bone Crusher Giant in the main. That was unfortunate. If we could have got even one more turn out of that Butcher, would have been really sweet. So he's missing white mana. That'll probably do it for him. Open to fade another one. Just going all in here. I mean, this isn't a matchup we can win with the hand we have and being down a card. So, just risking it for the biscuit here. This is blue-red flash? Starting to get confused now, sirs. Blue-red flash. That's unfortunate. Blue red flash. Alright. I don't think I've ever played against this before. I suppose we've done a lot of damage, which is good. Man, it's a lot of Bone Crushers. Bone Crushers so good against us. Be nice to hit a land. We could go 3-drop Lava Coil. guess. Okay. That's a lot of bone crushers. Yeah. A lot of bony boys. 6th land could be pretty good. Okay. Coil. Two. Boner. Oof. Good top deck, my friend. Good top deck. That doesn't help us. I mean, I guess it kills a threat. This is a slog. This is a tough matchup. Does he have an Ionize? I mean, if he's got some, that's pretty good. Okay. Land would be pretty great here. Not gonna lie. This can't block. This has to be removal. That doesn't matter at this stage. This has to be removal. That was a fun match. It was actually interactive. I'd play that again. I guess I'm gonna. Okay. Red Cap melee. It's Bone Crusher and not much else, right? Lava Coil gets a lot of stuff but doesn't get Niv. You probably want another Rampage. That seems actually pretty well positioned. Ritual gets a lot of stuff too, but gets my own stuff. I don't think it's the axis we can fight on here. They're a little too fast for me to fight on that axis. I don't know if Duress is any good. They're mostly creatures. More card draw, more kill. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. This only kills Brazen Borrower. More card draw. Virtual card draw. Virtual goat-based card draw. Shit. Not gonna see you for a while. Would have been nice to keep 7 there. But life is awful and cruel and terrible. Behind the counter. Don't quench me, bro. Storm's Wrath or another Cutthroat. Yeah. Now that we know he's got Storm's Wrath, it's not that big a problem. Yeah, we're just gonna boner him. So we'll set a stop on his upkeep. So if he has an Ionized, he loses his turn. And then we just Lava Coil it next turn. Good stuff. We got Rampage. Captain Niv comes to join the team soon. She's got the mana for. And of course we have all the Murderous Riders in the world. In the whole world. Double bottom, that's always good. No Niv missing. He's not reacting. Okay. Keep punching him in the face. Be nice if we draw land someday, though. Gotta admit that would be a good thing. Oh god, you can see the bottom of the cup. Starting to panic. We have to take a short commercial-free break soon. Actually, I'm probably just gonna stop the video because I gotta make a pot of coffee. Damn it! It's gotta happen. You have all the mana in the universe. What are we doing here? Just gonna drop a forest and expansion explosion me? Oh, Gadwick for 900 cards. I was pretty much exactly correct. Now we probably can't win. This is too much card advantage to surmount. He's drawn 8 cards more than we have. Holy shit. We still can't really play anything, so we continue to not draw mana. And we know he has Storm's Wrath. What a dumb game. What a dumb game. We're drawing really, really bad, though. Like, if the last 2 draws were just mountain, and we could deploy our Chandra soon, we could actually steal this one. Time to get bone crushed. Ooh, ionized? Ooh, fancy. So many options. He has to think really, really, really hard about it. He's gonna really regret having used that Aether Gust. Still just holding up counter spells, huh? Seems like he took a lot of creatures out of his deck. Bone. Ah, borrowed. We've been borrowed. Sure. Should cast one of those. Start getting the beats on. Yeah, this is less than great. He's got counterspell mana up. And concede. And he's drawn 15 more cards than us. Yeah, we're done here. That draw just never quite got there. Stuck at 3 mana for too long, it just didn't develop. It's a bit of a bummer. So let's hope we can draw a little better. I don't think we've kept 7 yet in this matchup. Keeping 7 would be fun. Hoping we don't get Bone Crusher here. Probably gonna. Got a nice curve here. 2, 3 if we get a land, at least 2 if we don't. Yeah. Stop this thing before it grows. Gonna have to fire out this agonizing remorse soon, try to get that Niv. 2 top, that's probably not good. You have Murder Strider if he counters our Remorse, though. So we're not just dead in the water here. So Intervention or Ionize is fine, that gets us. It does leave the window open for Murderous next turn. Well, he only won 1-for-1 just there, right? That's pretty fine. Man, we're having a lot of mana trouble. 25 in the deck. We shouldn't be having quite so much trouble. Boy, are we. Runner, Niv would get us. Alright, well, I mean, that's annoying. Jesus fucking Christ with this shit. Can't draw land! Oh my god. Gonna lose both the games we lost to this fucking deck to not draw on land. Oh my god! Jesus fucking holy shit! Oh, so bad. We had this game. We had this game. Had it. And we're gonna lose it. Ugh. I just don't understand. I don't understand. Oh my god, I don't understand. 3 land in 17, 18 cards and 18 cards. 3 land and 18 cards in a 25 land deck. What's the probability of that? Yeah. Oh my god. We're gonna lose. Yep. 100% we're gonna lose. 19 cards, 3 land. Oh. 19 cards, 3 land. $20 cards, 3 land. Okay, 20 cards, 3 land. 21 cards. 3 land. Okay, population size, 61. Sample size, 21 cards. Number of cards that you want that are in the deck, 25. .00150 odds of this having happened. That's pretty cool, right? Gosh. But the shuffler's not broken, chat. 0.00150%. Okay. Yes, I specifically am dead. Yeah. This is extremely frustrating. I absolutely won that game, and now I'm dead. Bone Crusher, right? Bone Crusher gets me. Rampage. I'll try to cast Murder Strider to gain life. Yeah, I mean Bone Crusher off the top when we die. What an absurd game. What an absurd result. No Bone Crusher, please. Shit. Well. Good game. Don't slow roll me. Shit. Okay, I mean, I'm just trying to get him to 0 here, so. We attack, play this sack game, in theory. Cool. You're dead either way. What a nice way to lose a game. 3 land and 21 cards. Three land and 21 cards. All right. Well, that broke me, and I'm out of coffee. So we're going to leave it there. That has been episode 2 of Not Safe for Work Magic. Hope you enjoyed watching the shuffler be broken as hell. And yeah, maybe, if you want to suffer or watch me suffer, we'll see you again next time. Thanks for hanging out. Later.